Ty Lassiter here, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. I think we can all admit that our origin has a lot of importance in what we will become. Many of you didn't originate from Florida, but you have come here, and that choice has altered your path for the rest of your life, especially how much taxes you pay if you came here from the Northeast. So what is Key City Capital's origin? Why did we choose to move to Southwest Florida? Our mission is to connect capital to wealth through passive real estate and alternative investments. Very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors. For over 10 years, we have never missed a monthly interest payment to our partners, and we have never lost a penny of our investors' capital. That is history you can build and rely on.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments, call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
What's trending?
The world is watching.
Our message, our focus, the issues that matter.
2020, climate change.
Information.
Every day.
92.5 Fox News.
Right all along.
From early morning to late at night, the station that gets it right is 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
President Biden will be salesman-in-chief. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, ready to hit the road today, pushing a massive spending plan almost all of his fellow Democrats in the Senate support.
I need 50 votes in the Senate. I have 48.
Senators Joe Manchin and Kyrsten Sinema are holdouts, calling the plan too expensive. Fox's Griff Jenkins.
The president's taking Build Back Better on the road with the sales pitch directly to the American people today in Howell, Michigan, making the case that the massive $3.5 trillion spending package won't cost anything. At the White House, Press Secretary Jen Psaki continued to defend this no-cost position.
This is not going to cost the American public a dollar.
It would cost wealthier Americans and corporations. Tax hikes on them would fund the plan that all Republicans oppose. The president is also pushing Congress to increase the debt limit, which the U.S. could hit in 2 weeks, putting us at risk for default.
The United States is a nation that pays its bills and always has.
But Republicans want no part of the process.
Democrats could not be more capable of handling this on their own.
GOP Senate Leader Mitch McConnell. An ex-Facebook employee turned whistleblower will testify today at a hearing. Republican Senator Cynthia Lummis tells Fox the focus is
Facebook's unwillingness to put safety, especially for young people, ahead of profits.
Whistleblower Frances Haugen claims Facebook has its own research showing Instagram can harm teens' mental health. This after yesterday's hours-long Facebook outage. The social media giant later blamed on technology and a configuration change involving routers. Instagram and WhatsApp also affected. Someone got lucky last night, hitting the Powerball jackpot.
The person purchased that winning ticket from an Albertsons grocery store in Morro Bay, California, in San Luis Obispo County. That ticket is now worth $699.8 million.
Fox's Rob Dawson. America's listening to Fox News.
Calling out political theft by the left. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Palm Beach Boulevard at Manatee Park area right at FPL Gate 3. We have a disabled vehicle, not causing any major backups, but we are seeing deputies responding to that to get it cleared, so just watch out for some activity nearby. Clear along I-75. The Pine Ridge Road crash right near the I-75 overpass has cleared, so you shouldn't have any delays out there right now. No problems along 41 as well for your early morning highway drive. Our bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers all running up to speed at about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Another warm one for today, and we will start to feel an uptick in humidity as we welcome in some isolated rain back to the forecast area, especially this afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures will top off near 92 degrees for today. A mild start as we head into your Wednesday morning, where we should be off to a quieter start, a low near 74 degrees before isolated rain returns back to the area for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be pushing near 92 for your Wednesday. We start to see our storm chances increase beginning Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with scattered thunderstorms back in the forecast. forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief for back and neck pain. Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hello, I'm Brian Resney, president of Resney Wealth Management and host of the Resney Wealth Report and TV show on the weekends. Investors come to my TV and radio shows to learn and to get educated so they can make better decisions about their retirement and their portfolio. What's your risk management strategy? Are you willing to subject your portfolio to another massive decline in a set it and forget it strategy, or are you looking for a difference? Listen to my show Sunday mornings, 10 to noon on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
With the market and unemployment rates bouncing up and down, many of us have found ourselves with some important decisions to make regarding our 401k plans. If you don't work there, should your money stay there? For those nearing retirement age, this decision could be critical to your retirement. Bob Grace has worked with many families with these types of decisions and understands your dilemma. Taxes are at historic lows right now. Bob can show you options for your 401k that could save you on taxes down the road. Call Bob and his team today and schedule your complimentary 401k review at 239-249-8888. Bob Grace is ready to assist you. Call today for your complimentary 401k retirement review, 239-249-8888. Again, that's 239-249-8888. The firm offers insurance services and cannot provide tax advice. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC. Investing involves risk, including the potential loss of principal.
The pain level was over 10. There's days where I just sat and cried and asked the good Lord to take me. And my doctor recommended that I go to Good Feet and try the arch supports. So I put the arch supports in and took about 3-4 steps. Turned around and went and sat back down and started to cry. It was the first time that I had no pain.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Dave actually live the life they envision without their feet getting in the way.
Since then, I've been doing so many things with my children. I went hiking this last summer with my daughter, something that I never thought was possible because I couldn't walk. There's people out there that made a product that changed people's lives. I am not an actor. I am an individual father and wanted to share his testimony with other people out there about my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, look at you. Good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Thank you for being here, watching the program, subscribing to the podcast. Jake's ready to go this morning. It is a Tuesday, the day that a lot of people forget about, but we don't because there's a lot going on today. Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond is going to join us at 7:35. We'll get up to date on a lot of things that are going on in the county. Also, we'll talk about Joe Biden and certainly yesterday when he wants to blame Trump and Republicans and everybody else for everything that's going on with this budget, this infrastructure / reconciliation bill, and how ultimately, at the end of the day, The lies are what matter. It's amazing how he could step up to a microphone, how Jen Psaki could step up to a microphone yesterday, and she's going to circle back.
I'll circle back.
Well, not on everything. There's something that she won't circle back on that has to do with Hunter Biden, which is really strange. There was a question being asked about Hunter Biden yesterday. We'll get to that audio coming up. But how smooth and easy it is for Joe Biden and Jen Psaki, but the president of the United States, to be able to lie to the American people to their face about debt limits, debt ceilings, what it is and is not, believing that the internet, the interwebs, don't exist. Like we have the ability to get to the facts and the truth about what things are. You know, truth over facts. It's a
all men and women created.
No. It's
that's truth over fact.
Yeah, okay. It's weird, Jake. Tell me if this is strange to you. Because as a millennial and somebody who is usually unplugged from anything and everything that has to do with reality and pretty much not really worried about a ton of different things except for maybe a little prep meal every once in a while, you know, because 3 or 4 years you got to keep some food on the shelves. You prepping, by the way? Is that what you're doing? You getting into that lately?
I mean,
a little bit?
I won't say.
All right. You won't say. So if somebody were to say something to you flat out like a lie, and you're pretty sure that it is a lie, but you want to find out if there's another side to the story, or maybe to get to the truth, is there a place that you can go where maybe you can explore what the answer would be? Like, where would you go?
A library.
Okay, a
Somewhere
library.
where there's a book.
All right. Isn't there something else that sometimes works and sometimes doesn't, depending on if you pay the bills? Okay, you could use the internet, right. But there are places you could go on the interwebs where you can get to the truth. Like if somebody said to you, the debt limit, the debt ceiling, when we're talking about a budget, right, with the United States government, and that the debt limit needs to be raised because we have to pay for things in the past. And you're like, well, the president says that. I hear some people buzzing and going, that's not really true. There are places that you can go to find out whether it is true or not. I mean, you can't just take something that is clear as day like that and say it isn't. In other words, you can't lie about something and think you're going to get away with it in the information age, right? I mean, haven't we solved this yet?
Well,
nope. That is right. Jake is exactly right. You could lie about something like that. You could be completely and utterly dishonest when it comes to something like a debt limit, debt ceiling, because it's complicated. And instead of making it simple and basic, they try to complicate it to try to make you feel like you're not sure who to believe. But it's, you know what it reminds me of? And we're going to get into this story a little more in just a second, but it's like if you were to take a medication. If you're going to bring up the dreaded ivermectin horsey paste, or you're going to bring up hydroxychloroquine or whatever it is with regard to COVID, either it works or it doesn't work, right? I mean, either you can do a study and say it's 50% effective, it's 70% effective, it's 70 to 85% effective, it's not effective at all. You can do studies and find out whether it works or not, and then definitively say, yeah, I mean, this is what we've discovered. Instead of going, oh, it's horsey paste. How dare you even say anything like that? Nobody uses it but horses, until you realize that if you went onto the internet and went to the library and maybe read a book, that you'd find out that that's not the case at all, that it is something that is not only FDA approved, but it's been used millions of times across the globe. And I believe it was a Nobel-winning, prize-winning killer of viruses, or, yeah, it's kind of one of those things you can look up to find out. Even what I just said. Jake brought up the whole reading of books yesterday or today because of yesterday and the fact that Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp were all down, so there was really nothing else to do but read a book. We're going to get to that story because to me, I don't understand how everybody is like, yeah, Facebook is down. Oh, it's back up again. Okay, let's get back to work. Wait, what? I need to know more. I mean, this was either the biggest hack in the history of mankind or the biggest human error in the history of mankind. And I'm not exaggerating. Like, when you're talking about Facebook going down for, 6 to 8 hours, That's not a hiccup, right? So we'll get to that in a second as well. All right, before we get started, we would be remiss if we didn't say our prayers are with the DeSantis family, as we heard yesterday from the family that the governor's wife, Casey, the mother of their 3 young children, had been diagnosed with breast cancer yesterday. Saddened to report, this was from the message from the governor. Saddened to report that Florida's esteemed First Lady and my beloved wife has been diagnosed with breast cancer. As the mother of 3 young children, Casey is the centerpiece of our family and has made an impact on the lives of countless Floridians through her initiatives as First Lady. As she faces the most difficult test of her life, she will not only have my unwavering support, but the support of our entire family, as well as the prayers and well wishes from Floridians across the state. Casey is a true fighter, and she will never, ever, or never give up. And certainly many well wishers and prayers for the family, and that certainly is out there. Unfortunately, which we will not talk about certainly this morning, is some of the disgusting things on the social media Twitterverse that are quite the opposite, but we don't care about that, and we're not even going to talk about that, because we keep, yes, we do keep prayers, and we do have prayers for individuals, whether you feel uncomfortable when we say things like that or not, but certainly our prayers are with the DeSantis family. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, and we stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. I'm looking at this thing, trying to make this thing stop. These auto plays on some of these web pages are crazy. All right, let's get to Joe Biden. Joe Biden yesterday, and even Jen Psaki. Look, the issue for progressives, for the Marxists, communists, liberals, Democrats, all the same thing. Like Devin Nunes said many times, it's the socialists or the communists. That's what Democrats are right now. That's the 2 sides of the party. And they are willing to try to make you believe something that you could look up if you just did a simple Google search to find out whether it is true or not. And the fact that the president of the United States wants to make you believe that a debt limit, debt ceiling, is something that not only is Republicans' fault, it's all about the Republicans, but that it doesn't have anything to do with future spending. It's about spending money that's already been spent. How does that logic even make sense to people? First, you have the president going after Republicans.
Folks, watching at home, you should know this is the Republican position. Here's it is. They won't vote to raise the debt limit to cover their own spending.
To cover their own spending. They don't want to raise the debt limit to cover their own spending. Doesn't that seem weird to anybody? Because what you're about to hear is Joe Biden talking about how you have to raise the debt limit for past spending. So does that mean every single time the debt limit has been raised, which is just about every year, that it's been for the spending before? So the spending last year was for the spending before, and the spending... No, of course not. The only way that spending gets done, putting us in more debt, borrowing money, is to be able to do just that, which is raise a debt limit. It's basic. It's like credit cards. If Jake has a credit card and it's maxed out and he's got zero money, but he wants to buy a brand new car and he absolutely positively should not do that because he can't afford it, it would be a horrific mistake, but he's going to do it anyway. And he's not even looking at a $20,000 car. He's looking at an $80,000 car, because why not? If I could get the credit for it, I might as well go for it. And the bank is like, wait a minute, you're at your max. I'll tell you what, we'll open up so that you can borrow that money. He doesn't have the money. He's just going to borrow the money, and the bank is going to open it up. It's going to allow him his credit ceiling, if you will, his debt limit, to go to $80,000 so that he could buy that $80,000 car that he can't afford to buy. That's not like he bought the car already and he needs the $80 to go pay for it. He couldn't make that payment anyway because he didn't have it to begin with. Doesn't that make sense, Jake? Does that make sense? Do you understand? I mean, it's about as simple as it can be. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah, it is. But it's Republicans' fault.
Democrats voted with them to cover that spend the previous 4 years. They say Democrats should do it alone. But then They're threatening to use a procedural power called the filibuster, meaning that we'd have to get 60 votes, not 50 votes, to increase the debt limit.
Man, we got to get rid of that filibuster. We just got to get rid of it. If we got rid of it, we can get rid of all the evil things that Republicans do. You know,
This would block the Democrats from meeting our obligations and responsibilities to prevent Congress from raising the debt limit. So let's be clear.
Yeah, there's that cough.
Not only are Republicans refusing to do their job, they're threatening to use their power, to prevent us from doing our job, saving the economy from a catastrophic event.
What's the catastrophic event? What is that? The catastrophic event is somehow we're not going to be able to pay our bills, which is ridiculous because constitutionally we have to pay the bills and the money is there to pay the bills. So what is he talking about? Again, here you go.
And in that case, we're able to borrow because we're always pay our debt. We always paid what we owe. We've never failed.
We're not going to fail now. We don't need the debt ceiling limit raised to be able to pay our debts. The money's already there coming in. It's coming in every single day. There's plenty of money there to pay our debts. Unless somebody says, like the president says, nope, we're not going to pay it. It's going to get paid because it's constitutionally paid.
That's America. That's who we are. That's what it's called for. It's called full faith and credit of the United States. It's rock solid. It's the best in the world. But here's the deal.
Tell us the deal.
There's a cap on what we can borrow called the debt limit.
All right, you following this, Jake? There's a cap on the amount we can borrow called the debt limit.
And only Congress can raise or lower that debt limit. So let me be really clear.
Go ahead.
This is really important to know.
All right, go.
Raising the debt limit is about paying off our old debts.
No, that's a lie. That's a flat-out lie. That is an absolute flat-out lie. That's not what it is. It's not to pay old debts. Again, I bring this up again. I'll make it as simple for you as possible, making it simple for Jake. It can't be about paying old debts. You couldn't get to pay the old debt if you didn't have the limit raised to begin with to be able to make the debt happen. Does that make sense? Jake's he wants to buy an $80,000 car. He's got zero credit left on his credit card. He can't go to buy the car. It's impossible. He doesn't have the money. It doesn't exist. The only way he can do it is to borrow it. The bank gives him the $80,000. He borrows it. He pays off the car. There it is. He's in debt. It's borrowed money. But the only way you can do future spending is by raising the debt limit. That's why they want it raised.
There's nothing to do with any new spending.
Yes, it is.
Being considered.
Lie. That's a lie. Lie.
There's nothing to do with my plan for infrastructure.
Nope.
Or building back better. Zero.
Yeah, it's a lie. It's a lie. And many people have been making the case for days and weeks. Days and weeks. All right, well, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more about Kyrsten Sinema and what the president thinks about her with regard to the part of the process of being harassed as a U.S. senator if there are individuals out there that are not getting what they want. Did the president say that it's part of the process for people to be harassed on a regular basis? Is that right? We'll find out coming up. Stay right 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right.
This
all
Fox
along.
Business Report is presented by Island Air. High quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
On Wall Street Monday, stocks were lower. The Dow off by 323 points. The S&P off by 56. The Nasdaq closed down by 311. Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp are finally back after getting knocked offline worldwide for about 6 hours Monday. The company blames a faulty configuration change.
The platforms took to Twitter to inform users about the disruption. Facebook's internal employee systems also went down, preventing some from entering the building as their digital badges could not scan, including those arriving to try to resolve the issue.
Fox's Matt Finn. A jury says Tesla has to pay $137 million to a black former worker after he said he suffered racial abuse at the carmaker's San Francisco Bay Area factory. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Jill Nato, invested in you.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited,
Oh, yeah.
Dave. Tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floor Meisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Can I see your pre-plan, please?
Before you reach the pearly gates is the best time to consider your plan. Harvey Engelhardt Funeral Home will provide peace of mind that lets you set and forget, relieving stress and decision-making on loved ones when the time comes. Ensure that your wishes are honored and relieve your family of guessing what your intentions were. There are many reasons to pre-plan, including a price guarantee and transferability. Harvey Engelhardt can arrange monthly payment plan options with automatic withdrawal. Your loved ones are relieved both of the financial responsibility and the burden of decisions at your passing. Planning is what we do for when the time comes. Harvey Engelhardt will see you through from beginning to end. We also have comprehensive military honors options for veterans. Pre-planning is the ultimate gift of selflessness to the surviving spouse and family. Please call us at 239-936-2177. Harvey Engelhardt, we're here to help.
People sometimes may wonder why they need a big law firm after their injury. Imagine you're on your way to work and then bam, your whole life changes. You're injured and now you have to fight for justice. Your opponent is not the driver of the car that hit you. It's their insurance company. When you're fighting to get what you deserve, it's go big or go home. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
I go, what do you want on top? He's like, on number 2. I literally stop and I'm like, bro, a number 2's real short. He's like, yeah, that's fine. 20 minutes later, his mom comes busting in the door. Look at this lady wasting my day. Wait for a bad haircut. For a bad haircut that I gave her son that he asked for.
A woman in Massachusetts called 911 after her teenage son came home from a barber shop with a haircut she didn't like. I wish these were the stories I could make up, but I can't make it up. Now, here's the problem. The guy's name right there is Robbie Rocco, and the haircut place is called Bonehead's Barbershop.
What was...
That's your answer right there. The place is called Bonehead's Barbershop. What else do you need to know? I mean... there it was. It was, yeah. Kids, valuable lesson. Don't, it's Bonehead's Barbershop. I don't know what happened.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my 3 sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA. License number CCC 1326213.
Matt and Justin here with Island Air of Southwest Florida. We know it's stressful when your air conditioner breaks down. Now when the time comes to replace your system, you don't have to sacrifice your vacation budget to pay for it. Because for a limited time, Island Air is including a cruise vacation voucher when you replace your heating and cooling system. This is a limited time offer, so if your AC is on its last leg and you aren't sure if it will make it through the summer, then don't delay and call Island Air today.
Over the past year and a half, we know that many people have sacrificed their vacations. Please take the opportunity to let Island Air take you to the islands or many other places around the world.
We are including a vacation voucher with the purchase of your new home air conditioning system, redeemable for cruises and luxury condos in many countries around the world. Find out more details on how to claim your voucher for a limited time. Call 239-466-8668.
Call 466-8668 for more details.
License number CAC 057544.
If you needed heart surgery, who would you call? A doctor who's done it every day or a doctor who's done it once a year? The same is true about your erectile dysfunction. At the Fort Myers Men's Clinic, our Florida physicians focus on one thing: solving your ED. High blood pressure, diabetes, high cholesterol, prostate cancer, these all contribute to your ED. And our physicians at the Fort Myers Men's Clinic know how to solve your problems. We have over 50 different custom formulations tailored just for you. You get to try the medication containing FDA-approved ingredients right in our office. Your total cost for the consultation, test dose, testosterone, and PSA test is only $99. If the test dose doesn't work, you pay us nothing. So you have absolutely nothing to lose, but everything to gain. Call now, 239-317-7777. That's 239-317-7777, and move from skeptic to believer. 317-7777, 317-7777, or online at fortmyersmensclinic.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden meets with Democrats in Congress this morning, then heads to Michigan to promote their big social spending plan and a bipartisan infrastructure bill. Both are stalled in Congress.
The White House says the smaller bipartisan measure means about $7 billion in federal highway money for Michigan. Progressives say they'll vote for the small bill if they get assurances on the bigger bill. Some Republicans say the plans are all about reckless spending.
Fox's Jill Nato. There's a Senate hearing today about Facebook and kids.
A Senate subcommittee is expected to hear from Frances Haugen today. The former Facebook employee resigned earlier this year after copying documents that she says showed the company knew its product could be damaging, especially to the mental health of teenage girls. When Facebook's head of global safety testified last week, she said the company has multiple protections in place to create safe, age-appropriate experiences.
Fox's Jessica Rosenthal. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through Palm Beach Boulevard at Manatee Park area, right at FPL Gate 3. We have a disabled vehicle, not causing any major backups, but we are seeing deputies responding to that to get it cleared, so just watch out for some activity nearby. Clear along I-75. The Pine Ridge Road crash right near the I-75 overpass has cleared, so you shouldn't have any delays out there right now. No problems along 41 as well for your early morning highway drive. Our bridges between Cape Coral and Fort Myers all running up to speed at about 2 to 3 minutes in each direction. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Another warm one for today, and we will start to feel an uptick in humidity as we welcome in some isolated rain back to the forecast area, especially this afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures will top off near 92 degrees for today. A mild start as we head into your Wednesday morning, where we should be off to a quieter start, a low near 74 degrees before isolated rain returns back to the area for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be pushing near 92 for your Wednesday. We start to see our storm chances increase beginning Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with scattered thunderstorms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. You know, when I was a kid, you could drive a go-kart down Cypress Lake Drive and never pass a car. Now, I can't even see the sidewalk from the traffic. Southwest Florida has really grown, and the choice for air conditioning contractors has grown with it. When you're looking for a contractor, find a local family-owned business with the owner as the license holder. Use only companies with NATE certified mechanics, the only true certification in this business. Use families that invest locally and not conglomerates owned by some foreign international company. In other words, use Kobe Cooling. Call us at 239-482-1542. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in this business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
Looking for a new Medicare plan and don't even know where to start? We get it. There's a lot of nonsense out there, but that's why there's WellCare. We're a Medicare insurance provider committed to getting rid of the nonsense by providing our members with simplified Medicare Advantage plans so you can enjoy great benefits like our WellCare Flex Card, a pre-funded debit card giving you up to $2,000 to pay for extra dental, vision, or hearing expenses not covered by your plan, including things like hearing aids, dentures, prescription glasses, copays, and more. It's pretty handy. Learn more about WellCare and how we're streamlining Medicare, making it a better experience for you. Just go to wellcareforfl.com. WellCare. Medicare done well. WellCare is the Medicare brand for Centene Corporation, an HMO PPO PFFS PDP plan with a Medicare contract and is an approved Part D sponsor. Our DSNP plans have a contract with the state Medicaid program. Enrollment in our plan depends on contract renewal.
Being involved in a legal dispute can leave you feeling like you've lost control. I'm Eli Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Understanding the law and the rules of evidence can mean the difference between winning or losing your case. If you are involved in a legal dispute and are not sure of your options, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Thank you, Jen. First, does the president agree with Dr. Fauci that it's too soon to tell if people are going to be able to gather for Christmas?
Well, the president relies on CDC guidelines, and they have not changed their guidelines about who can gather together, those who are vaccinated. But we leave it to them if they need to change their guidelines based on where the pandemic sits.
All right, so there you go. So when asked, Peter Doocy asking Jen Psaki yesterday, hey, do we get to have Christmas? Because the Fauci is saying we can't have Christmas. Remember that yesterday? We played that audio. We can't have Christmas. We're not really sure yet. We got to see how things are going. She's like, well, you know, the CDC and how did she put it? Because this is important. She says
CDC guidelines, and they have not changed their guidelines about who can gather together, those who are vaccinated.
Really? So who are vaccinated and who aren't? The CDC hasn't changed their guidelines. By the way, the same CDC that says pregnant people, because they don't call them pregnant women. No, it's pregnant persons, pregnant people. So I'm supposed to trust the pregnant people to give me medical information and the right science on what to do with regard to having Christmas or not. Yeah, I'll pass. That's okay. So we didn't learn anything. So apparently it's still, we're not really sure about what's going to happen. Are we going to have Christmas or are we not going to having it? Not. I don't know really what we're going to do.
Breaking news.
Oh, wait.
A bombshell.
Oh, this just handed to me. Wait, Fauci's changed his mind. We can have Christmas now. No, I'm not kidding. How about this from yesterday? Okay, here you go. We're good. Dr. Fauci, and apparently a little tweet out here. I'll be spending Christmas with my family. I encourage people, particularly the vaccinated people who are protected, to have a good, normal Christmas with your family. What? So wait a minute. Okay, so somehow the science changed in a couple of hours. Yeah, so I don't know. What time is it? So there you go. I know what you're saying. Dr. Fauci doesn't flip-flop. He is absolutely, positively the man when it comes to the science. And I know, I can't even say it either. Yeah, so he's flipped again, everybody. So on the heels of telling people yesterday that we're not going to have Christmas, not really sure about that. Really can't tell whether or not we're going to be able to have Christmas. Now, a few hours later, even when Jen Psaki's saying, oh, listen, the CDC and blah, 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 and the pregnant people and like, okay, now we come to find out that he's changed his mind. So maybe we will. I don't know. I just need a song. That's all I need. I just need a... what am I writing?
Dr. Fauci, give us vaccine.
Can't do it. 239-479-5592. What else do we have? What other ridiculousness do we have today? All right, well, let's see. This is kind of ridiculous. Yesterday, when the President of the United States was asked about what's going on with Kyrsten Sinema, listen, it's fine as long as it speaks to the narrative, the bigger narrative that everybody knows about, what has to happen with regard to infrastructure and with regard to paying off the Green New Deal, the new Green Deal, whatever super duper deal you got going on. It doesn't make a difference. You can certainly harass Senator Sinema. You can harass anybody you would like. She's on a flight at the airport. She's on a flight Monday, and she's heading back to Arizona from D.C., and there she's getting harassed on the flight. No joke. She's a DACA recipient from Arizona, volunteered to help elect Senator Sinema, and she went onto the flight. She gets on the flight, and while she's on the flight, walks up to her and starts to harass her. And
citizenship for people to be protected, like me and many others. Can you commit to that, Senator?
She's sitting on the flight. And she's being harassed on the flight. And then in the airport, the same thing. This is what the left does, everybody. We've come to figure this out. That you've got the Marxists, the left in this country, basically the Democrat Party, who is cool, who doesn't have a problem with people being harassed in airports and in front of their house, Brett Kavanaugh and others. You know the story, right? And when asked about this, the president absolutely, positively says, no, this is something we do not accept in the United States of America. We will not have individuals doxxed or pressured or do the things that these crazy radicals are doing to get in people's faces and to not give them any room, any breathing space at all. Unequivocally, he is against this, the President of the United States, right?
Mr. President, Mr. President, you're talking about how you have 48 Democratic votes right now. The other two have been pressured over the weekend by activists. Joe Manchin had people on kayaks show up to his boat, yell at him. Senator Sinema last night was chased into a restroom. Do you think that those tactics are crossing a line?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody. From the only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. It's part of the process. Yes, sir.
It's just part of the process, everybody. So it's part of the process of the anarchist, leftists, Marxists in this country. As long as they're going along with what the Democrats believe, they are certainly not going to condemn this. So the president, which is funny because people are like, what are you talking about? He condemned it right out of the gate. Didn't you hear him condemn it? Didn't he say?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody.
I don't think they're appropriate tactics. He said it, right? No. You don't end the I don't think it's appropriate by saying, but it happens to everyone and it's part of the process. That is not unequivocally saying no. So we know that the president of the United States wasn't going to do that because he's a Democrat, and that's what Democrats do. They don't have a problem with people getting doxxed or harassed as long as it's going along with the plan. And that is what they'll do. And so we had a lot of that yesterday. And, interestingly enough, think about this. You've got Kyrsten Sinema being pressured, and let's just hope that she doesn't buckle under this pressure. Joe Manchin, who, as Peter Ducey was talking about there in that segment, was, I guess people were going up in kayaks while he was out on his boat and harassing him there as well. How long this is going to go on for. But now we come to find out that, didn't we get information yesterday? I believe, yeah. Chuck Schumer is now telling Democrats that he's got a schedule for passing the current bills that are being debated in Congress and raising the debt ceiling. So he wants to go to Wednesday. So he's thinking that Wednesday we do a vote. We see if we can get this done, possibly. Again, it's not over. They're not finished. While everything is hot, while Kyrsten Sinema is getting pressured and Joe Manchin's getting pressured, these two Democrats are getting pressured, that's when it's time to strike. And so that's what Chuck Schumer's thinking. His deadline on the Biden agenda, these bills, the debt ceiling, all of this, let's go. Let's try for tomorrow. Let's see if we can we get a vote tomorrow and we can whip this up. What do you say? Let's go talk to them and see if the pressures hit them hard. And let's go see if they've changed their minds. It really is striking. It's amazing what in politics that Democrats are willing to do to each other in order to get something done, something passed, and how many in this country are watching all of this, witnessing all of this. The polling would suggest that the more and more that people in this country find out about what this Build Back Better plan is, $3.5 trillion, pick a number, an arbitrary number of $3.55 trillion, all the money we're talking about and the debt that we're putting ourselves into and how we don't have it and all the lies that are being told that soon when they start to see more and more, that they come to realize that it's not what they want. And Democrats know that. They know that full well, that that's part of the impetus with all of this is that everything's got to be done quick. We got to move this through fast. Somebody was explaining what $3.5 trillion even looks like. I'm trying to see if I can find that comparison. It's so hard to make the comparison. And even when I tell you this, I don't know that it's going to make a difference to you anyway. But I think they were talking about how many feet the Empire State Building is in feet and how high that is. And they were talking about Mount Everest is 5 miles up. And then they were talking about the amount of miles to the International Space Station. And I want to say the amount of miles was 100, I forget how many, 200 miles or something like that. I forget how many miles it is. The point is that if you were to stack a $100 bill on top of each other and made $5.5 trillion or $3.5 trillion and stacked it, it would go 2,700 miles into the sky. 2,735 miles would be $100 bills stacked up upon each other, equaling 3.5 trillion. And again, I don't even know if, as I described that, it's like, whoa, that's a lot. But still, I don't even think that spells it out to people. They just don't care. 239-479-5592. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, what other stories are we looking at? New Zealand maybe changing their mind? COVID zero? No. Maybe we're not going to do that anymore. I think the policy has been a failure and we're going to change. Is that right? So we'll talk about that coming up. Also, what is being called the battle against critical race theory now taking a major turn. What major turn did we have and do we have with regard to critical race theory? We're going to talk about that coming up as well. Stay break 92.5, Fox News, right all along. Let's find out what's going on with traffic. We're going to do that right now. All right. Here's Therese O'Shea. She's got it.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Isolated rain returns to the forecast today, mainly in the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Look for a few passing showers and another warm one for today with the high near 92 degrees under increasing cloud cover. As we head into tonight, that chance for showers begins to dwindle. Tomorrow morning, waking up to a low near 74 degrees. More isolated rain in the forecast for your Wednesday, especially in the afternoon with another high near 92. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest-growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Want to work with the best pros in the HVAC industry? You just might be a match for our team. 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating is seeking trustworthy, friendly individuals who want a rewarding career helping people. With industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential, we also provide ongoing training and professional development. Join our team. Call 855-1HOUR or visit onehourair.com.
Always on time or you don't pay a dime. Always on time or you don't pay a dime.
An equal opportunity employer.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Hey guys, there is some important news that all men should take very seriously. Your prostate health. Are you urinating more frequently? Are you waking up at night to urinate? Are you sick and tired of prostate pills that just don't work? Sound familiar? If you are one of the millions of men with prostate problems that are driving you nuts, there is some great news. Prosthogenics is the all-natural product that beat over 157 other prostate supplements in lab tests and was rated the #1 most powerful prostate supplement in the world. #1, because it works. So why not try some Prosthogenics, and your prostate troubles will be a thing of the past. You'll get a great night's sleep and stop waking up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. To get your free bottle of Prosthogenics, call now 800-600-2020. That's 1-800-600-2020. Take advantage of our 90-day money-back guarantee. Call 800-600-2020. Do it now.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along. This is Daybreak with Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
2 scientists were just awarded the Nobel Prize in Medicine for discovering the receptors that let humans feel temperature and touch. Meanwhile, the scientists who saved millions of lives by creating the COVID vaccine were like, yeah, that deserves a Nobel Prize. The stove's hot. Way to go, guys. Yeah.
Yeah, there's some truth to that. Jake liked that one. Yeah, that's kind of, you got to feel bad for the vaccine guys. And it's like, just don't touch the stove. But then again, Barack Obama got a Nobel Prize. So if you're thinking about Nobel Prizes and what they mean anymore, yeah, whatever. Whatevs, as the kids say, right? Don't they say whatevs? Do they still say whatevs?
They might.
Okay. He doesn't know. 239-479-5592. Hey, speaking of vaccines and the vid and Nobel Prizes or non-Nobel Prize winning things that you possibly do in your life, there's New Zealand. They've been in the middle of another intense draconian lockdown for the past several weeks. These ideas of locking people down, tackling them and grabbing them because they maybe don't have a mask on the street outside, or they put them in these camps, these places where they can get them away from other individuals, and all these things that they do in New Zealand with this idea that they're going to make COVID disappear. COVID zero, that's what we're looking for. Well, apparently now they've changed their mind. They are abandoning this idea of COVID zero. Is that right?
The Health advice has been that to date we've managed to largely control the outbreak, but as you can see with this outbreak and with Delta, the return to zero is incredibly difficult. And our restrictions alone are not enough to achieve it quickly. In fact, for this outbreak, it's clear that long periods of heavy restrictions has not got us to zero cases.
Oh, well, look at that. What? For this outbreak, it's clear that long periods of heavy restrictions have not got us to zero cases? You mean that is the Prime Minister, by the way, of New Zealand, who's like, yeah, this whole draconian thing of locking it down and this idea of making no one able to even smile at each other. You see somebody on the street and you want, don't wave. I just want to say, don't say hi. Don't even speak. The air coming at it, don't do it. Don't do your particles. Don't do it. This idea of getting to COVID zero, yeah, they're like, hey, maybe it was it didn't get us there. So now the strategy is not working. So they're gonna get away from it. Well, there you go. The idea that a nation thinks and an individual believes that you could take a virus that is the size of, well, let's just say it's microscopic. I'm not saying that a mask couldn't pick it up completely as well, but we're talking about microscopic. That somehow that you were going to be able to stop it and get to a point where it was going to be COVID zero. Yeah, that was probably a bad idea. So the harsh lockdowns, the draconian measures, looks like they're going to get away from that. And we'll see how things go. And then I wonder if some other people will now look at this, maybe some that are in charge, and say, yeah, maybe the lockdowns have been a horrible, horrific idea. Bad idea. And we can move on from it. Or we could just keep COVID going forever because, there are people that, well, I'm not suggesting that people make money off of the vid, and we wouldn't do that. And elections and election integrity. Hey, speaking of election integrity, we shouldn't mention election integrity and Facebook in the same sentence, right? Because we come to find out yesterday that Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp, they all go down for hours. Facebook. We're talking about Facebook, everybody, down for 6 hours. Like, how does this happen? But don't think with regard to election integrity, everything is perfect. There's no way you can mention them in the same sentence. Facebook is completely different. There's absolutely safety and the election integrity and having machines and internets and the like. Well, we're going to talk about the Facebook issue coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing and Gutters. Get your mind out of the gutters. We are proud to announce the addition of our seamless aluminum gutter division. Contact our team for your free quote. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Retire with Grace with Bob Grace, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon to get the answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Don't miss Retire with Grace, a Tri-Found company, Saturday mornings at 8 and Sundays at noon. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered only by duly registered individuals through AE Wealth Management, LLC.
Stop paying full price for gas. Download the free Get Upside app and get 25 cents per gallon cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. Don't miss out. Millions of people have earned over $200 cash back every month just by using Get Upside and getting gas, which you were going to do anyways. There's no catch. It's simple and free. Download the free Get Upside app now and use promo code BEAT to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first fill-up. That's promo code BEAT.
Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit LDTlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. LDTlaw.com.
When there's nothing left that makes any sense. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
He's taking his agenda on the road. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. With two massive spending bills stalled in Congress, President Biden will travel to Michigan to give them a push.
The Build Back Better agenda calls for free community college, helping pay for child care and affordable housing. The two measures are stalled in Congress as progressives say they'll vote for the small bill if they get assurances on the bigger bill.
Fox's Jill Nato, all Republicans oppose that bigger bill, spending trillions of dollars. And GOP Senate Leader Mitch McConnell also refuses to help Democrats raise the debt limit, which the U.S. will hit this month.
They just want a bipartisan shortcut around procedural hurdles they can actually clear on their own.
The president says
The Republicans in Congress, what they're doing today is so reckless and dangerous.
The day after an hours-long Facebook outage, the social media giant blamed on network router issues. A Senate hearing will probe the company and its issues.
Before she left Facebook in May, product manager Frances Haugen secretly made copies of tens of thousands of documents. She revealed her identity on 60 Minutes as the whistleblower behind the Wall Street Journal's bombshell investigation into Facebook's knowledge of the harm done to its users.
Fox's Alexandria Hoff, the Catholic Church sex abuse scandal has hit France. Fox's Simon Owen explains live.
Dave, investigators say an estimated 330,000 children have been sexually abused in the French Catholic Church over the past 70 years. Jean-Marc Sauvé, the lead investigator in a commission established by Catholic bishops,
Une indifférence totale.
Said the abuse was systemic and that the church showed cruel indifference. The head of the French Bishops' Conference says he's ashamed and asks for forgiveness. Dave?
Simon, a Japanese-American meteorologist, sharing the Nobel Prize for Physics with two other scientists for their work on climate change. America's listening to Fox News.
I struggle with symptoms. This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Another warm one for today, and we will start to feel an uptick in humidity as we welcome in some isolated rain back to the forecast area, especially this afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures will top off near 92 degrees for today. A mild start as we head into your Wednesday morning, where we should be off to a quieter start, a low near 74 degrees before isolated rain returns back to the area for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be pushing near 92 for your Wednesday. We start to see our storm chances increase beginning Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with scattered thunderstorms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure. We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top-quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it, or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today. Window World, simply the best for less.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
When you call Conditioned Air, your comfort becomes our main priority. We put customer relationships first, and our team is committed to earning your trust and exceeding your expectations. You can count on us for straightforward answers and smart solutions. This is why our employees receive bonuses based on compliments from customers, not on sales goals. Your comfort comes first, and that's why we've been Southwest Florida's comfort people since 1962. Call the Conditioned Air team today at 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew, Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Coming up 7:35, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond's going to join us, so we'll talk a little bit about what's going on in the county. Looking forward to that. And also, one of the stories that's out that is quite interesting, the battle against critical race theory takes a major turn. What is this turn? What is going on with this? You're not going to want to miss it. That is coming up as well. All right, anybody else concerned a little bit that Facebook goes down? Listen, I understand that there are some people that are saying some things when it comes to social media. And, you know, people saying things like, what do you call an unplanned outage of 4 of the largest social media sites? A good start. See what I did there? Say that? That's a good stuff, right? I mean, listen, if Facebook and WhatsApp and Instagram and whatever else is going down and, you know, people are starting to realize that, oh, I have a wife. I have a husband. I had no idea. I got kids. Hey, what's going on? Hey, you guys. I had no idea. Is that really such a bad thing, ultimately?
For some people are losing their minds.
Yeah, there were some people losing their mind. And listen, there's a lot of commerce that happens on these websites as people make money off of them as well. So there's that. There's the interesting part of the fact that there's Facebook looking and saying, oh, well, listen, at least we saved some money. I mean, we saved some money on the fact that there's a lot of things that didn't have to happen, and no. Actually, it's quite the opposite. There was money that wasn't being made and being brought in, and yeah, I know somebody brought that up to me yesterday. It was kind of a weird comment to make about Facebook. It's like, but the New York Post. What was the New York Post saying? Oh man, I can't. Oh, here's this. With Facebook and Instagram down for some 6 hours on Monday, social media users turned to more old school activities. People reporting reading, reconnecting with friends, and cleaning or doing other chores as they were unable to post or scroll through the popular apps during the rare, lengthy discussion. Back the old-fashioned book reading, I guess. I'm normally scrolling through Facebook at this time of night. Quite refreshing to change that habit. Haven't read a book for ages, one person wrote on Twitter. Quote, let's take this opportunity to assume that Facebook and Instagram are permanently dead, another added. The books waiting to be read on my bookcase would massively appreciate that. People went on and on to a joke about and talk about, hey, look at this. I've got family members. I didn't even know that. Hey, there's books. I mean, you're telling me I can call somebody instead? Yeah. So we learned a lot yesterday. We learned that, well, we learned pretty much that everybody was freaking out that Facebook wasn't working and they didn't know what to do with themselves. And quite honestly, as soon as Facebook gets back up, it's back up again? Okay, never mind. Hey, put the book back on the shelf. Oh, what is that thing anyway? I don't know. But the bigger picture is, what happened? Now, I talked to somebody who's a security expert who knows a thing or two about this. And ultimately, because they are a publicly traded company, they're going to have to disclose what happened. Was it a hack? There were tweets that were coming out, and people were talking about the fact that because the root system, everything is housed in one building. And so because the root system, I guess, was erased in some way, shape, or form, I don't know how it happened. When you went to go look to find Facebook.com, it didn't exist. It's sort of like going to see somebody's house and you go to visit their home and there's no home there. It's just a plot of land. There's no house. It doesn't exist. You don't even know what the address is. You can't find it. It just disappeared. And because everything is housed, I guess, in one building, the way it was put to me, that everything's connected. So people at Facebook were getting up in the morning and they couldn't even get in the building to even fix anything. Maybe one of the reasons why it took 6 hours as opposed to something that would happen in a snap is because they had no gateway to get into the building. Because everything was connected. There was no like shortcut to get out or to get in, as it were. Does that make sense, Jake? Like everything was so connected that if one thing went down, everything went down, including the ability to open doors and to use what do you call it? What did I just describe?
Key fob.
Yeah, like a key fob or something like that. The key fob would not work. And so nobody thought to themselves, hey, maybe we should have a way where in case of emergency, if something went down, that there would be one place that we could go where there would be maybe an email or something where you could reopen the doors or be outside of the network. Everything was so tightly knit in the network that once that all went down, every single thing, every little bit of it went down. I mean, imagine if in your own home, here's the way it was described to me. Imagine if your own home, you've got the joy of everything interconnected, right? Your lights are connected to your TV, that's connected to the clapper, that's connected to, right? All of these different things in your home. You've got the fully connected home, and then the internet goes down, and you've depended on the internet and the web and everything there to turn the lights on in your house. Now, you can't get into the house. You can't open the door because the door is hooked up with a smart device, and you don't have a key, and the lights don't work because nothing works. You can't even get in your own home. Well, that's the same thing like what happened with Facebook. But ultimately, they're going to have to, and it could take weeks before they figure out exactly what it was, if it was a hack or not. Nobody is definitively saying, right? They didn't say, I don't think Facebook came out. Did they come out with anything definitively and say it was not a hack? I want to say that they did. That they did come out and say that it was just some kind of, DNS, blah, 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 blah. They made it all technical terms.
Yeah, something like DNS was like turned off.
Yeah.
It's like they disconnected themselves from the internet.
But you can't, it's hard for people to believe that Facebook, as big as Facebook is, if it is a hack, it's the biggest hack in the history of mankind. No joke. That's not exaggerating. That's true. If it's not a hack, it's the biggest human mistake, human error of all time when it comes to technology companies. I mean, it's that big. It's one or the other. But they're going to have to report what took place. So we will know within weeks, or it may get swept under the rug. Then people are saying things like, well, you realize it's because of what we found out, right? The 60 Minutes interview and the person who we just heard on Fox National talking about that individual who was pulling all kinds of data off to describe the kind of things that were going on with Facebook and Instagram and how it's damaging to teenagers, which we could have told you without having to hear it from anybody else. But and so this is all to, a way to get rid of all that information, or who knows? All I know is the 2020 election was absolutely secure. I keep going back to that because I think that's just the funniest. Come on, you have to admit, that's pretty funny. Facebook can't even keep up and running. In 6 hours, they couldn't get people to get into the doors and getting key fobs working to even fix what was going on in there, if that's what it was. If not, it was a hack. But I'm just telling you, the 2020 election integrity issue is something you can't talk about because, it was pure as a wind-driven snow. No possible way it could have had any kind of human error or non-error or mistakes or anything like that or hacks. It's an absolute impossibility. How dare you even suggest that? That's a true story. 239-479-5592. So, we're keeping an eye on that to see what in the world happened and what's going to happen now in the future and how big that is. What else we have going? Oh, hey, let's talk about this. Maybe the interconnectivity of what's going on with computers and your school. Maybe what's happening with certain school districts and places where you're being educated online as opposed to in person, and how that works, and maybe even cameras in schools, and all the kind of interconnectivity that. There's some education stories that are out there as well. I wonder if it's really a bad thing if kids get an F. Like, should we get rid of the F grade in schools because it's systemically racist? I mean, is that possible? Would that be? No. I shouldn't even say anything like that because nobody would do something like that because that just seems really weird. It would be, to give somebody a failing grade would be systemically racist. It's just... We should probably just move on. It's
breaking news.
A bombshell. Oh, wait, just handed to me. Oh, look at this. Yeah, one school district is doing it. Sunrise Park Middle School in White Bear Lake, Minnesota, the latest school to change its grading system in the name of combating systemic racism. In a YouTube video, the middle school announced that it would eliminate the F grade The whole intent, the whole intent is to ensure that grades focus on the process of learning. It's all about the process, everybody. It's not about what you're learning. Therefore, grades will not include behaviors, attitude, tardiness to class, whether the assignment was turned in late or on time. There's other ways that we can communicate those things to parents. That's right. The principal there at the school added that students will be encouraged to retake tests and quizzes and to revise papers and projects within 10 days. And it's something they're calling an equity audit. Equity audit. You hear the words. There it is. That's right. Diversity, equity, inclusion. Anytime you hear those words, you know they're up to no good. That is not a good thing, everybody. Diversity, equity, and inclusion. And there you go. It's all about equity. It's an equity audit. It's been conducted and found that grading disparities among students of color are taking place. This according to Fox National that has reported on this. So that's got to be changed. And that's what they're going to do. So they're going to get rid of Fs. They're going to find a different way to grade. We're not going to look at individuals and help individuals and find out specifically what is going on with these individuals. No. We'll just get rid of the F grade and everything will be fine. Just move along. There's nothing to see here. Are you okay with that? I bring it up only here in the terms of what some districts would suggest would be the answer. That I'm just telling you that there are left-leaning individuals and school boards right here in Southwest Florida who would look at that and go, you know what? We need that here. We need it here. It's not an outrageous statement to make. It's probably true. And if it was backed by the teachers union, you better believe they would be behind it because that's who they work for. That's all. They don't work for you. They work for the unions. So there you go. So there's some news on diversity, equity, inclusion in schools and the like. And actually, there's more on this that has to do with critical race theory. What about this battle against critical race theory? It takes a major turn. Is there some positive news? There may be. How about that, everybody? Let's take a break. And when we come back, there might actually be some winning happening amongst all the critical race theory losing that's taking place. We'll get to both of those stories coming up in just a minute. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News. Right, all along, let's find out what's going on with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Isolated rain returns to the forecast today, mainly in the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Look for a few passing showers. Another warm one for today with the high near 92 degrees under increasing cloud cover. As we head into tonight, that chance for showers begins to dwindle. Tomorrow morning, waking up to a low near 74 degrees. More isolated rain in the forecast for your Wednesday, especially in the afternoon with another high near 92. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8 Sparky.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. We're on the phone with our good friend TJ Meister, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And listen, TJ, we know that when you're calling, something big is going on. Something special is happening at Floor Meisters. Tell us a little bit about what's going on with the almost 1 million square feet of CoreTech inventory on hand. Talk about that.
Yes, I have the biggest selection in Southwest Florida, and I also probably have the biggest stock of CoreTech. Got almost 1 million square feet. I'm ordering it every day to keep up with demand and to make sure it's here, ready to go when you need it. I've got trucks rolling in every day. I'm buying for 3 to 4 to 5 months out to make sure you've got it. If you got a contractor who needs some floor and they can't get it, come see me. we probably have it here.
So when it comes to CoreTech, listen, you know where to go. The selection's unbelievable at Floormeisters. And if you're a homeowner, contractor, installer, and you can't find what you're looking for, now's the time to visit their store at 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco or online at floormeisters.com.
Fox News listeners, Saturday morning is the perfect time to talk boats and water fun in Southwest Florida. This is Adam Botana again from Baywater Sousa Boat Club. Join us every Saturday morning from 7 to 8 for the Baywater Boat Club Hour. We talk boats, fishing, boating hotspots, water quality, on top of Jake the Millennial and I just having fun on the radio. And if you don't have a boat, Baywater Sousa Boat Club has got you covered. Just call me, Adam, at 239-495-0455.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hoagland with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
People making a pretty big deal about William Shatner heading into space, and it's happening next week. And, Star Trek, I know Jake likes the idea that we send people into space. He doesn't know anything about William Shatner, doesn't know who the guy is. But it's not really space, right? It's this whole, it's not space, so Blue Origin, is Blue Origin the one that's really not space? It's kind of space, but it's not really space. I mean, isn't that, you've been following this, isn't that kind of what?
Yeah, they're just kind of like touching the water. They're not really getting in.
Yeah, so it's like dipping your feet. It's not really jumping into the ocean, right? Isn't that kind of the way? That's not really nice to say. I
don't care.
Yeah, don't tell him. Don't tell William Shatner. That he's just dipping his toes there because he might get upset. 239-479-5592. All right, speaking of getting upset about things, people are pretty much getting upset about this. All right, here you go. In recent months, there's been a disturbing spike in harassment, intimidation, and threats of violence against school administrators, board members, teachers, and staff who participate in the vital work of running our nation's public schools. While spirited debate about policy matters is protected under the Constitution, that protection does not extend to threats of violence or efforts to intimidate individuals based on their views. Threats against public servants, blah, 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 goes on. The department takes these incidents seriously. What am I doing? I'm reading a letter from the Attorney General of the United States that is instructing the FBI to mobilize against parents who oppose critical race theory in public schools, citing threats to these individuals. That is, the letter follows the National School Board Association's request to classify protests. You know, the ones that are upset about what's going on in our schools, whether it's transgenders in bathrooms and the issues of critical race theory and what's being taught in our schools. Now it's being protected as if you are domestic terrorists. How did this happen? How did we get now to the Attorney General of the United States, who's starting to talk about you caring about what's going on in our public schools and the education of our kids, because we're the one that pay the bills. We're the ones that pay for the teachers. We're the ones that pay and are in charge of our kids' education. How did all of a sudden it becomes now that we, because we have questions, are domestic terrorists? Because that's how the country is going right now with the Marxist, communist, leftist, socialists that are the Democrat Party and what they're trying to put. Hey, listen, if you don't like the way I'm talking and you don't like the way I describe this and you're getting offended and you think this is hyperbolic, then explain that. They're going to use the force of government against us because we have a problem with what they are doing, to the point that they're not listening They're cutting off the time we get to speak. They're wanding us as if we're criminals before we walk into these rooms. It's an outrage. And then there's more on critical race theory, but at least there's some winning that's going on. We're hearing major Wall Street firms are ditching critical race theory training programs in response to what Christopher Rufo and others have been reporting and that you have been fighting against, that they're finally reading some of the print and going, well, wait a minute, I'm not sure that we're all on board with this. So some companies are starting to drop that. There is some winning going on here, everybody. Keep an eye on that, too.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. My family and I are putting down roots right here in Southwest Florida and are so happy to be a part of this community. We hope to meet you out at one of the country clubs or walking the town center or out on one of the beautiful beaches or parks. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
In case you're wondering, World Smile Day is in October, but at Closet Factory, we're celebrating all month because along with time, space, and peace, smiles are our specialty. We make sure some space in your world is put together, stylish, like all is right, and according to Smile Science, is a feeling that makes people smile. Know what else does? $250 in free accessories with any new storage solution from Closet Factory. All smilin' October long at Closet Factory and closetfactory.com.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden will be out today promoting a bipartisan infrastructure plan and his big social spending plan called Build Back Better. What's in that is still being negotiated. Some moderate Democrats say it's too expensive.
The president's taking Build Back Better on the road with the sales pitch directly to the American people today in Howell, Michigan. This as the country barrels towards a historic default on the debt ceiling before an October 18th deadline, which would threaten to lower the country's credit rating and raise inflation, as even a Democrat go-it-alone path seems unlikely at the moment.
Fox's Griff Jenkins. An oil spill in Southern California is spreading.
And likely continuing to move in a southerly direction based on the wind and the weather and the currents.
Coast Guard Captain Rebecca Orr says a ship's anchor may have pierced a pipeline off the coast of Huntington Beach. That's under investigation. Beaches are closed. Oil-covered fish and birds are washing up dead on shore. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Another warm one for today, and we will start to feel an uptick in humidity as we welcome in some isolated rain back to the forecast area, especially this afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures will top off near 92 degrees for today. A mild start as we head into your Wednesday morning, where we should be off to a quieter start, a low near 74 degrees before isolated rain returns back to the area for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be pushing near 92 for your Wednesday. We start to see our storm chances increase beginning Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with scattered thunderstorms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the Donkey, and she went. Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7.
License number CCC 1326213.
When was the last time you checked in on your insurance? Give CIG a chance to review your current coverage and find you better rates. Hi, this is Brian Chapman at Chapman Insurance Group. My team and I are dedicated to finding you the best suited coverage at the best rates. Give us an opportunity to quote your home, auto, business, or flood policy. I'm confident we can save you money for the same or better coverage. Qualified agents are standing by. Visit CIGFlorida.com or call an office near you today. Naples, Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Port Charlotte, and Punta Gorda. CIGFlorida.com.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
When it's hot, the last thing you want is your home's AC to quit on you. At 1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you cool and comfortable quickly. Call 855-1-HOUR for $50 off your repair or visit onehourair.com and keep your cool. Beer.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
Terms and conditions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in their respective state or county.
Well, hello, Winn-Dixie. Bro, I love this song. Me too. It's the perfect soundtrack for picking out Winn-Dixie's guaranteed fresh produce. So refreshingly fresh. Know what else is music to my ears? What's that, my Winn-loving twin? Opening up my app to see we've earned so many points. That all the groceries in our cart are free. Winn-Dixie has the best quality and winning rewards. I love the sound of that. Winn-Dixie. It's a win-win. Terms apply. See store Winn-Dixie.com for details.
I've been asked, did you plan on becoming the largest injury law firm in the world? And the answer is no. We set out to be focused on our clients and to have a commitment to trying cases and winning. And when you have those results at trial, you're able to settle most of your cases quickly and fairly. Hard work and client satisfaction was our plan. It worked. Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We always appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. The show is the podcast, the show, same thing, so you get to catch up. All right, a couple of things we are going to talk about in about 10 minutes or so. Don't forget Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and we'll see what you got today on this Tuesday. Did the Air Force drop an atomic bomb on South Carolina in some family's backyard? Did that happen? All right, well, we're going to talk about that story coming up. You're not going to believe this. And then how Miami seduced Silicon Valley. I kind of want to touch on that as well. Did you know that Silicon Valley is making its way to Miami?
I've been saying this for years.
Well, I'm telling you it's happening, but is that a good thing or a bad thing, everybody? Silicon Valley, Miami. Taking the jobs from there, bringing them to Miami.
Do you see what they did to the state of California?
I'm just, we're just, that's called a tease. Now you've already... Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond is joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. I believe he's here, and I think he.
Good morning.
I think he ruined my tease.
How did I do that?
Not you, Jake.
Oh, okay.
Jake did it. You didn't hear Jake. Yeah, he can't. You can't hear Jake. I was talking about how Miami. There's a headline in the New Yorker. It's a story that they did talking about how Miami seduced Silicon Valley and how they're changing Miami, and the mayor wants to bring. All these people from Silicon Valley. And I just, the first thing I thought of is exactly what Jake was talking about, which is, I don't know, sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for because Silicon Valley and California and people there, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. But we don't care about Miami. We care about Lee County. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
It's a busy day. You've got a busy day today. There's a lot of stuff that's going on. Let's forget about that story and start talking about you.
We do.
Hey, listen, we're going to be talking about some redistricting. Is that right? Tell me what's going on here.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be the biggest topic at today's county commission meeting. Every decade after the census, state and local governments have to redraw their district boundaries to kind of rebalance the districts in response to population growth. Of course, Florida and Lee County is growing. We've seen about a 23% increase since the year 2010 when they last did the redistricting. Yeah, so we actually had back then about 619,000 residents in 2010. Today, the census estimates that we have about 761,000 residents in the year 2020.
Wow. All right. So that is like a lot. One of the things is how has COVID been changing all of this? I mean, has it been changing stuff in the process?
Well, they were late releasing the census numbers because of COVID. So what is normally a 10-month process has been condensed into 4 months. But looking at what we have to do, we plan on doing everything that we need to do, the same process as we would do during that normal 10-month process. We're just going to shorten the time frame. And we've got 4 public hearings that we're going to do. We want to hear from the public. So far there have been a couple of groups, and you probably read about them in the headlines right now, who are coming out to talk about redistricting. But we want to do a process that's fair and legal and follows the constitutional requirements of redistricting.
Yeah. So what are these groups saying? Like the ones that we hear about?
Well, the groups who've come out so far are the Lee County Black Democratic Caucus and the NAACP. And both groups are proposing that we draw maps that would combine the predominantly African-American population and the predominantly Hispanic population in Dunbar and Lehigh Acres together into one district. They're looking to create a district that would have a majority-minority component to it. So, now's the time. We've got 4 public hearings in front of us. Now is the time to be listening to ideas from everybody. That's what the process is. We're a government of the people, by the people, for the people. And so that's the group that I expect to hear from at today's first public hearing. We did schedule a nighttime public hearing so that if folks, when they get off work, want to come talk about this, that'll be November 2nd at 6 p.m. in our commission chambers. And of course, you can go on our website to find out more information about that.
Yeah. And what's the website address?
It's leegov.com. So that's leegov.com.
All right.
And you could find our email addresses and anything on there.
So this next thing I wanted to ask you about, I keep seeing popping up, and I'm just trying to figure out like what's the benefit? Give me the benefits to, or why this would be a good thing or a bad thing, or maybe this is just going to be part of the discussion. The agreement to give City of Palms Park, that's the old Red Sox stadium for people that don't know, back to the city of Fort Myers. So what are people saying about that? Like, what would be the benefit? What's the idea behind this? Tell me more.
Yeah, so the City of Palms Park was originally a City of Fort Myers Park. It was the original baseball stadium that they had the Boston Red Sox play in. They built it in the 90s. The City of Fort Myers came to a point somewhere in the mid to late 2005, 2010 timeframe, somewhere in there, where they couldn't afford the stadium anymore. And they gave the stadium over to Lee County to go ahead and take care of it and provide the maintenance and keep the stadium up in good shape. And so, the county commissioners at that time took the stadium over, but there was an agreement made that if the spring training team leaves and there is no spring training baseball in that stadium for 2 years or longer, there was a reversion clause saying the city could ask for the stadium back. And so the city did actually ask us for the stadium back last year. And they said, when you give it back to us, could you knock it down? We want just the land back so we can do economic development. They called it their Midtown project.
Yeah.
Well, now they've changed their mind. They've had a change of heart on the knocking it down part. So last night they agreed to ask us to give it back to them just as it is. And this morning we're going to be asked to give it to them as it is.
Okay, so I guess their plan, we don't, I mean, they're going to use it. I guess, is it going to be for one of the colleges? Is that, I'm just trying to understand, I wonder how they're going to, what the plan is for use.
Florida Southwestern State College, FSW, plays baseball there now. I think they're going to continue to play at least for the next year there. I've heard some talk about maybe an Olympic baseball tournament there as well. There's a council member, Liston Boucher, who actually was an Olympian, and he has a lot of great connections with that. Not really sure, but as far as Lee County goes, we're happy to get it back to the city of Fort Myers and in their hands. The park actually costs Lee County about $500,000 a year to maintain, and we really only get $32,000 a year in revenue back from that park. So, it's something that we were either happy to demolish when they asked us to, because then we wouldn't have to spend all the money to maintain it every year, or, we're happy to give it back to them.
Yeah. Wait, now how much again is it?
It's about, like I said, $500,000 a year just to keep the park in the shape that it's in. If you were to try and get that park in shape for a Major League Baseball team, it would probably be a $40 to $50 million project.
Wow. Yeah.
It's old, it doesn't keep up with what today's standards are for a ballpark.
But it is nice. I mean, it is so nice. And, how many people have commented on that in the past about how nice the park is, and just to see what's going on with it right now. And, and look, we can get into another time the concerns that people have about when we get into these partnerships and agreements, and things happen and people change their minds and locations, and then who gets stuck with what, and what we're going to do with it now. And so, these all are things that are going to have to be answered. And, the unfortunate part of where we are now is you can't look back and say, well, it's a nice looking park and we got to do what we can to keep it up. If it's not working, it's not working. I mean, it's just, the issues of money are there in the budgets and everything else. So,
well, and there's a difference in the way the city of Palms Park was funded versus the way the JetBlue Stadium and the Hammond Stadium are funded. City of Palms Park was actually built and funded with property tax dollars from the residents in the city of Fort Myers, whereas JetBlue Stadium and Hammond Stadium, those are funded by tourist development tax dollars. So people who stay in hotels or paid accommodations here in Lee County actually pay the mortgage on the baseball stadiums at JetBlue Park and Hammond Stadium. It's our way of relieving our local property taxpayers of that burden.
All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Something else today on the agenda has to do with Lee-Tran. What's going on there?
Yeah, this is pretty cool. We're taking the bus system high tech. Lee-Tran is talking about a pilot project in Bonita Springs. It looks like they want to ditch the big buses and use smaller vans and use scheduling like Uber. They're actually going to use Uber to start scheduling routes along Bonita Beach Road. It's going to be west of I-75 and all the way out towards Bonita Beach. But basically, you'll open up your Uber app if you're in this Bonita Springs area. You'll find your ride and then schedule it, and it'll come pick you right up on the curb and then take you where you want to go, as long as where you want to go is anywhere within a 3/4 mile radius of the existing route along Bonita Beach Road or Bonita Beach. So pretty cool. It'll be curb to curb service. It'll be $1.50 each way. And the big thing for us, if this works out, it's going to save the taxpayers a lot of money, about $300,000 a year to switch to this type of service.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I mean, I have questions. I've been talking about this for many, 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 many years, and you've known me for many years, so you know I've been talking about this for many years. So we're going to ditch the big buses. The big ones.
Right, just along this route. This is
Okay.
a trial, but I believe if this trial works out well, we could find other routes to do this on. But yeah, so to run the big bus on a fixed route along Bonita Beach Road on the Route 150,
Gotta be pricey. Gotta be pricey.
It cost us $600,000 a year to run that. Whereas to do this, it's going to be about $300,000 a year, a little less. So cuts it in half. Plus, it's a better experience, in my opinion, for the riders. They're going to get curb to curb service. So instead of waiting at a bus stop in the sun or the rain, you schedule this on your app. It comes and picks you up, and then it takes you to where you want to go along this route.
But so the thing that I would ask is, and maybe you can or cannot answer this, I don't know, but is that a suggestion or a something that would say and speak to the fact that it's not being utilized the way that they thought that it was going to be utilized? I mean, I'm concerned about that, and I've been concerned about that for years. When we see these ginormous buses and you don't see a ton of people in them, and the idea that why did we have to spend the money for the big buses? We could have started with small and gone big. It's kind of weird that how people buy these big buses and think that, with the anticipation that they'll be filled up and we'll be, as opposed to why don't we start small and then work our way to big? Because now we have these big buses that I'm still questioning about other routes. I'm not saying they shouldn't exist, but I'm saying that the money that was put out to begin with, is this a suggestion that would say, hey, listen, we can afford to do this because there aren't a lot of people that are utilizing these buses? It would be nice to have a tick up of usage, but it does speak volumes to the usage. I mean, is that fair to say?
Yeah, I mean, I think, we've got another route on the agenda today that we're going to also adjust because it was a route out to Pine Island. It was only once a week. And it only had, I think, maybe 1 or 2 riders. It was not very well used. So we're going to eliminate that route as well and replace it with another one of these curb-to-curb smaller vans. So, yeah, we're trying really hard to make this system more efficient, we're trying to inject some common sense here. Of course, I also do think that this mobility on demand trial that we're doing in Bonita Springs, it's going to be called Ultra. It's going to have a nice brand and a nice look to it. I think this could be the way to do it in the future. And I know that it's something that we're eager to try.
Yeah, I like the way it sounds. But I wonder, maybe before we go, I wonder what the used bus market is these days. I just wonder.
Good question.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just trying to make just trying to bring back some funds into the county. I'm just saying that, if we got this big giant bus.
You could turn it into a.
Well, Jake was
RV.
asking. Jake's cars have been having a little bit of issues lately, and he's just like, "Listen, if they're going to get rid of the big buses, he could use a place to drive and live, and he's got some family as well that might want to." I don't know. They're pretty big buses, but anyway, that's not really true. I mean, they are. His family's fine. But anyway, the point is that there's a lot going on the docket today. So certainly things we're keeping an eye on. Anything else before we go?
No, the county commission meeting starts at 9:30 this morning. It'll be in the historic courthouse in downtown Fort Myers. And of course, that's not the only place you can catch us. I'm Commissioner Brian Hammond on Facebook, or just reach out to me on email at leagov.com.
Excellent. All right, Lee County Commissioner Brian Hammond, look forward to next week. I'm sure there's a lot we're going to discuss with regard to this and other things that are going on in the county. So I appreciate you so much.
All right, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, we'll see you then. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. Stay break, 92.5 Fox News, and right now it's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge for questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. If you would like to call us right now and play, we would love to have you do that. 239-479-5592, and we'll take caller number 5 right now. Play Drew's College next on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday. Isolated rain returns to the forecast today, mainly in the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Look for a few passing showers. Another warm one for today with the high near 92 degrees under increasing cloud cover. As we head into tonight, that chance for showers begins to dwindle. Tomorrow morning, waking up to a low near 74 degrees. More isolated rain in the forecast for your Wednesday, especially in the afternoon with another high near 92. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
The right place for local talk. Drew now. Trey for the drive at 5. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
Conditioned Air is looking for the best of the best in HVAC to join our winning team. If you consider yourself an A player and love customer service, you should apply so we can get your career path started. We have several top-paying positions available now in Sarasota, Fort Myers, and Naples. Find out more about our new hire bonus and apply online at conditionedair.com. Conditioned Air, the comfort people since 1962. License number CAC 1819590.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let me tell you how terrible my eyesight was before I had the LASIK procedure done with Dr. France and his team here in Southwest Florida. I'd basically have to hold my phone or a book about 3 inches from my face just to be able to read it. Forget about seeing the alarm clock when I woke up in the morning. My eyesight was terrible. The LASIK procedure is amazing, and it will change your life. Here's the deal. Dr. Franz and his team are the first to bring the Smile procedure to Southwest Florida. This is the latest technology in laser vision correction. The results are a lot like LASIK, but with a smaller incision and no flap, and that means lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. The LASIK procedure is amazing. It changed my life. Let it change yours. Find out if you qualify by dialing ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable. Again, call Dr. France and his team. Just dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone.
Friends, I care.
Health insurance. We all hate it, but we have to have it. Hey, Southwest Florida, it's Tyler McCluskey here, and as an insurance executive for the past 10 years, I now host a show every Saturday at 11 a.m. right here on 92.5 Fox News. I explain everything you need to know about the health insurance industry and show you all how to save money. For more information, tune in this Saturday at 11 or call now for a free quote at 239-633-3140 or online at tylermccluskey.com.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating is seeking trustworthy, friendly individuals. We have industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential. So call 855-1-HOUR to join our team.
Always on time or you don't pay time.
An equal opportunity employer.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Tim. Tim's in Gatlinburg. Is that right, Tim?
That's right. I lived in North Fort Myers for 25 years. I've listened to you every morning, and this is my only tether to to my home in Southwest Florida is to get up every morning and listen to your show.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Tim. All right, Drew's College of Political Knowledge, 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, and your associate's degree question, sir, starts right now. Tim, who was the president of the United States in the year 2003?
2003, the President G.W. Bush.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's. We'll see if you get a bachelor's degree on this very question. Who was the only president of the United States to be sworn into office by his father? The only president to be sworn into office by his dad. Was that John F. Kennedy, Calvin Coolidge, or Abraham Lincoln?
Maybe Coolidge.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. We'll see if you get a master's degree on this very question. In 1945, America dropped the first atomic bomb. Where was that bomb dropped?
Hiroshima.
That is right, in Japan. That is correct, sir. All right, you got a master's. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Well, you're good. All right, so let's give you. All right, here's one for you.
No.
no, he's not that good. Okay, he's not that good.
Wait a minute. Today's my birthday. I want to have a clean sweep.
All right. A clean sweep. All right. So how about this? Let's see. The 3 branches of the United States government. What are the 3 branches of our government?
Goodness. The executive, the judicial, and the legislative.
That is correct, sir. Happy birthday to you there, Tim in Gatlinburg. Well, congratulations.
Wait a minute. Now, can I go back? What would you have? Because you thought I had a couple things going on. What would you have asked me if not that one?
I can't ask you now, well, because we're running out of time. Well, because we're running out of time, and I got to save it for tomorrow. So tune in tomorrow to find out what question I would have asked him in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. All right, my friend.
I do it anyway, man. You're doing a great job.
Well,
and
I appreciate
tell you what, your potential is so outrageous. You have such potential. I'll listen to you every morning because you do have so much potential.
Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you so much, sir.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG. MillenniumPhysician.com.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN, 239-893-PAIN.
Another tough day for Facebook. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. The morning after an outage that kept people off Facebook for hours, which the social media giant blamed on network router issues. There's a hearing into deeper Facebook issues. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Dave, Frances Haugen has identified herself as the whistleblower who leaked Facebook documents to lawmakers, regulators, and the news media. She says Facebook's own research shows that it amplifies hate, misinformation, and political unrest, but that the company hides what it knows. Now, today, she is expected to answer questions about that from lawmakers in her appearance before a Senate subcommittee on consumer protection. In a 60 Minutes interview on CBS on Sunday, she said, quote, Facebook over and over again has shown it chooses profit over safety. Now, Facebook has denied Haugen's allegations, Dave.
Tony, there were another 2,100 COVID deaths reported in the U.S. yesterday, another 169,000 cases, but new infections have declined recently. Nearly two-thirds of Americans 12 and older are fully vaccinated. More than 5 million more have had a booster shot, a third Pfizer dose. Well, now Johnson & Johnson wants to offer a second shot of its vaccine, submitting data to the FDA, asking for authorization. 3 scientists are sharing the Nobel Prize for Physics.
Japanese-American meteorologist Shakiro Manabe, German Klaus Hasselmann, and Italian Giorgio Parisi. Judges say the scientists' work includes a focus on modeling Earth's climate and reliably predicting global warming.
Fox's Simon Owen. President Biden will go to Michigan today, pushing trillions of dollars in new spending stalled in Congress. White House Press Secretary Jen Psaki.
The plan costs nothing for the American people who make less than $400,000.
Republican Congressman Roger Williams tells Fox Business,
it's not going to be free. We're all going to pay for it. And when you raise taxes, everybody's paying for it.
America's listening to Fox News.
I struggle. We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Another warm one for today, and we will start to feel an uptick in humidity as we welcome in some isolated rain back to the forecast area, especially this afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures will top off near 92 degrees for today. A mild start as we head into your Wednesday morning, where we should be off to a quieter start, a low near 74 degrees before isolated rain returns back to the area for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be pushing near 92 for your Wednesday. We start to see our storm chances increase beginning Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with scattered thunderstorms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Very excited to tell you about my buddy, realtor and all-around great guy, Ralph Nudie. So Ralph has 25 plus years of experience in real estate. Here's the deal, though. Realtors in this market especially often sit back and wait for people to come to them. Ralph Nudie is different. You know, I've often shared with you my knowledge and love of branding and marketing, and I'm telling you right now, you will not find another realtor in the entire state that does what he does. You have to check out his website, videos, his ads. The guy gets it. So that's Ralph professionally. But let me tell you about him personally. There's a reason that he's here on 92.5 Fox News on The Drive with us. That's because Ralph is a lot like us. He shares our values. And again, just a great guy. So put Ralph's 25 plus years of experience to work for you. Call him today at 844-GET-NUDIE. That's right, 844-GET-NUDIE, N-U-D-I, or getnudie.com. Again, that's getnudie.com. Get Nudie and get it sold. Brokered by eXp Realty.
Injuries on the job can cause you to lose control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar Levine. Money is not coming in and your medical bills are piling up. Our legal team is here to help. We can help you file all your workers' compensation claims to make sure you get the proper benefits you're entitled to. If you've been injured on the job, call the law offices of Anajar Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Naples. When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, This helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and keeping an eye on everything that's going on today. Lots to discuss. Still not sure about what went down with Facebook. It is interesting on the heels of information that is coming out about how destructive Facebook is. All of a sudden, Facebook is destructive upon itself. It's a weird thing. So maybe we'll dive into that a little further later on in the morning. Also, Jen Psaki had a lot of things to say yesterday with regards to the president and Kyrsten Sinema and Christmas and Hunter Biden. How's that for a lineup? Kyrsten Sinema, Christmas, Hunter Biden, and the debt limit. All in one fell swoop, if it was. By the way, one fell swoop. Can you look that up for me, Jake? Look up one fell swoop and figure out for me, when did that come about? That phrase, one fell swoop. I kind of like it. And I don't know the history of one fell swoop. Jake's working on that. A couple of stories that I teased a little earlier that I wanted to mention quickly before we get going with that. And plus, oh, by the way, just want to remind everybody that Texas Republicans are worse than the Taliban. No, I'm not kidding. They are absolutely, positively worse. I know that they are because at the Women's March 2021 in Washington, D.C., they said so. And if they say so, and if Alyssa Milano and a whole bunch of people say that the Texas Republicans are worse than the Taliban, then it is absolutely, positively not hyperbole. It is 100% fact, and there are certain people in the country that believe that is the case. Now, they are not the majority of people, which I might make a case when it comes to the culture and what people are saying about you and me and Christians and conservatives and Republicans, that you might say that, hey, there's probably more people who think that they're crazy or cray-cray or however you want to put it. I don't know how the kids say it, than actually making any kind of sense when they say things like that. Even they aren't sure about it, but I've got audio to prove that they actually said it. One fell swoop. What do we have, Jake? Anything? It's Jake's college.
Yeah, it was originated in the 13th century, and it has since been
what?
Not used anymore.
It's not used anymore? I just used it. Are you sure? You know, we got to work on...
It's now fallen out of use.
Well, who said it's fallen out of use? What?
Phrases.org.
Well, I'm telling you that DrewSteele.com, the website, is endorsing one fell swoop as a way to describe things. So, by the way, you can go to the website if you want to watch the program or subscribe to the podcast. A couple of stories I was teasing a little earlier that I want to touch on. Did you know? I got to wait till Jake's not on the phone right now because I want him to hear this story. First of all, Francis Suarez, Miami mayor, luring people from Silicon Valley into Miami. Washing coders, crypto, and capital. The city's loving and beginning to shape its newest industry. And I just worry about that only because when you hear all of these things that are taking place in Miami and luring industry into Miami, that's coming from Silicon Valley and a lot of those places, and they come to South Florida, you can only imagine how all of that grows into an area that they're beefing up to be more politically minded when it comes to liberalism and Democrats. I'm not suggesting that just because somebody says, hey, we're opening up industry here in Southwest Florida, we got businesses that are coming in. Yeah, well, if the business is coming in from a place that is a liberal area of the country, and there are liberals that are working for that company, and they decide that they want to keep their job and move to Florida, I just hope that they don't stay liberal. They do. That's what I'm worried about. But, you know, when it comes to Miami, it's something that they're growing that. And I don't know, are coders and crypto people and capital investment people, are they all libs? Is everything? I mean, I don't know. When you think of crypto, you probably think of people that believe more in liberty and freedom, and
I don't know why that would make
might be a little more independent than big. They probably are not into big government. If you were going to say, they'd probably be into less government as opposed to intrusion of government. I mean,
honestly, this is a very good question.
I mean, right? When you think of Bitcoin, you think of crypto, you think of
world government
getting away. No, but you think of getting away from government. You're not. Well, you don't. People. If you're into Bitcoin and you're into crypto, you're not into government regulation. You're trying to get out of that. You're trying to have something that's separate from that. That's the point. So I don't know. But here's the story I wanted to talk to you to hear, Jake. I used story and Jake at the same time. I called you Steak. It's also because I'm hungry. Did you know that in 1954, I had no idea, 1958, the U.S. Air Force accidentally dropped an atomic bomb on a family's backyard after a series of mishaps. This is from the Daily Mail. Led the navigator on a B-47 bomber to accidentally pull the nuke's emergency release handle while trying to fix it and looking for something to hold on to. Fortunately for the family below, nobody was hurt. Well, it killed some chickens. But the core, I guess, was separate on the plane, like it wasn't attached to the bomb. Otherwise, you could imagine what would happen, but I had no idea. Family's chickens were killed, and the Air Force paid the family $54,000 for damages. The plane was on a flight from Georgia to the UK, and it had all kinds of delays, all kinds of problems. The bomb was improperly secured, and a crewman accidentally released it. I never heard this story before, ever. And I just wonder where the location is, and I guess that's what they're talking about in this story from the Daily Mail. And there you go. They're showing a picture of it from, it left a 50-foot crater. There's the bomb. All right, so the bomb, there's a picture of the bomb crater and what it did to the house. Oh, boy, that did a lot to the house. Oh, man. It's amazing. Nobody was hurt, but yeah, just one of those stories that I thought Jake would be interested in. So, and apparently not. Okay, 239-479-5592. What? I just thought it was a pretty interesting story. That's all. Just something that popped up.
How do they live there?
I know you were more interested in the Miami being seduced by Miami seducing Silicon Valley. You think that's a better. The only other story I have for you is how often should you wash your towels?
After every use.
Nope, that is incorrect. You can use a towel after you've used it once. As a matter of fact, you don't have to wash it for a whole week.
That's disgusting.
No, it's not really. I mean, it's science. It's something that some people don't follow it. I mean, if you're thinking, Christmas and Dr. Fauci, it's not science. But yeah, so you can use a towel a couple of times during the week. Actually, you could use it for the whole week, and you can wash it at the end of the week, according to scientists or biologists or microbiologists or people. That's what they say.
Do these people not have hair?
Well, yeah. 239-479-5592. We got to move on. I don't want to talk about this stuff. Let's see. The lies about the debt ceiling and the debt limit goes beyond the president of the United States lying about it. Jen Psaki wanted to get in on it yesterday.
The debt limit is about paying for bills we have already spent. It is not.
Nope. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. Wait, let her say that again. Start from scratch. Go ahead.
The debt limit is about paying for bills we have already spent. It is not about initiatives that we're talking about and debating now. And this tells you exactly where those costs came from.
Yeah, no. That's not true. That's not what the debt ceiling is. That's not what the debt limit is. But they keep lying about it. The president of the United States lying about it yesterday as well. We're going to play the audio coming up in just a bit. It's really weird. I mean, if you had to break it down as something simple. Just imagine Jake wants to buy an $80,000 car. He can't afford to buy it. He's got zero money. He has no money to do it, and he's only got a credit card to spend on it. He goes to the credit card company, and the credit card company's like, all right, we'll give you $80,000 worth of credit, and he goes out and buys the car. That's for future spending. That's not for fast spending. He's not trying to raise his credit limit so that he can pay for what he already purchased and what's already on his debt. He's getting ready to make a new purchase. That's what we're talking about here. It's that simple. And yet they lie to the American people. And you can go and Google. You can Google it. You can duck it. You can whatever. I don't know what other search engines there are. You can Bing it. You can Fling it. You can. I don't know. The Fling, I don't know if that's true or not. The information's there, and the lies can easily be twisted into truth quickly. So we had that. Hey, how's Hunter Biden doing, by the way? I hear he's still not divested from China. Is that true? Robinson asked the question of that, Jen Psaki, that yesterday.
The president has said during the campaign that none of his family will have any business relationship with anyone that relates to a foreign corporation or a foreign country. Wouldn't it be assuring to the American people as we head into this if they just let the American people know if Hunter has divulged himself of that?
Again, I conveyed to you, and then I think I'm going to have to move on, that you should talk to his representatives. And there's no reason to yell. I'm certainly not yelling. You should talk to his representatives.
She wasn't yelling. She's just following up here.
That remains his policy. He's been working to wind that down. Beyond that, I think would talk to his representatives.
Yeah. He's working to wind it down, the connections with China. But we'll get back to you on that. Actually, you know what? She didn't even say she would circle back. She left that part out. So Hunter Biden's still connected to China and other places. And but there's nothing to see here. We got to move along. Come on. Let's talk to me about something that's more important than that. How about the debt limit? Even Peter Ducey's like, can you answer some questions for us here?
Following up on something that you just said, you said that the president's going to have a virtual meeting with House progressives to talk about how this Build Back Better package is now going to be smaller than $3.5 trillion. But you have been saying that it costs zero. So are you now admitting that the plan does not cost zero? Or is it less than zero?
Well, let's not dumb this down for the American public here. What we're talking about is how much the top line investments are, which are all paid for, so therefore it costs zero. No matter what the cost or size of the top line investments are, we have ways to pay for it.
They're not paid for. What are you talking about? It's such a lot. They're not paid for at all.
So the point is, that's important to the American public, all of your viewers too, is that this is not going to cost the American public $1.
Oh, yeah, okay. What lies? Flat out lies. And even liberals know it's a lie. And the more they talk, and let them talk, and the more they talk about this, the more the American people start to realize that this is a boondoggle. We're not going to do it. We don't want Kyrsten Sinema, even with all the pressure, and Joe Manchin, and even with all the pressure, we don't want them voting for this. Chuck Schumer is going to put it up for a vote tomorrow and see where we go, because he believes that the pressure and the time is now. So we'll see. We will see. Raising the debt ceiling. All right, let's take some calls here. All right, let's see. Troy's in Cape Coral. Troy was worried that I mentioned Alyssa Milano there in the Women's March, right? You're concerned about Alyssa Milano? Is that what it is, Troy? Or you just miss Who's the Boss? Is Troy there? Troy's gone. I hear the wind blowing through his hair or his phone. He's gone. Okay, so we don't have to worry about that. By the way, what he was talking about when I mentioned Alyssa Milano and the Women's March and how Texas Republicans are worse than the Taliban. No, I'm not kidding. You want to hear the audio? Here, let's do this now. Here.
Who would you say is more dangerous, the Taliban or Texas Republicans?
Texas Republicans, because this is our country.
Texas Republicans. Oh, okay. Every day.
You know, the Taliban's oppressive to women, and this Texas law is absolutely oppressive to women.
Right now, the Texas Republicans are right up there with them. Which would you say is worse, the Taliban or the Texas Republicans?
The Taliban, but the Texas Republicans are a really close second.
All these abortion restrictions in Texas, that's equivalent to the Taliban's restrictions over in the Middle East?
When it comes to sexuality, yes, and lack of freedom, yes.
Yeah, okay, there you go. So, so everybody there at the Women's March over the weekend believed that the Texas Republicans and the fact that they want to preserve life, this bill that preserves the life of a baby as opposed to killing a baby, that they believe that is, it's worse than the Taliban. There's just no doubt about it, because they say so. And you got a bunch of lemmings that go along with it, and they are certainly ready to swim off the bridge or swim off the cliff or jump off the... You know what lemmings do, right? You know what a lemming is, right, Jake? I bring up these... that's two things that I brought up that are really old-fashioned. One is One Fell Swoop, and the other one is Lemmings. You don't know what a lemming is? Nope. Look it up. Here you go. Yeah, I got to work on that for the millennials.
It's a rat.
A lemming.
A rat?
239-479-5592. All right, when we come back, we will talk about other things. We'll get to more of your calls, including what seems like a victory if you're looking at CRT. Maybe some businesses are like, I didn't really read the fine print, which is a good thing that they're finally deciding to read the fine print. We'll get into that. We'll get into Joe Biden yesterday and all the things that he said. Well, basically lies. They're flat out lies. And we'll play some of the lies for you. So when you hear lying liars lying, then you know that they are not joking. They're liars.
Not a joke.
Not a joke at all. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
They helped weave the fabric of our very existence and served our country with distinction. They are America's veterans. We honor their commitment, their service, and their patriotism.
Harvey Engelhardt offers the chance to honor those military heroes who have served honorably and passed away with the military funeral and interment at any national cemetery, including Arlington National Cemetery in Virginia. We'll see you through from the beginning to the end of a military funeral. Did you know that all veterans are entitled to a free space at a national cemetery? That includes a free grave liner, free marker, free preparation and closing of the grave. This can represent thousands of dollars in savings to the spouse or family of a veteran. The service will include the burial flag and honor guard, and in some cases, transportation reimbursement. Harvey Engelhardt can help you pre-plan now to ensure that your wishes are met and your family doesn't have to worry about the expenses and details when the time comes. Call us at 239-936-2177. We're here to help.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only, not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/RADIO.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
All right, 239-479-5592. All right, let's see. We'll go back to some calls here. Let's take Bill's call in Naples. Hey, Bill, how are you today?
Hey, how are you doing?
I'm
doing
fine.
all right.
I'm fine. Bill, what's on your mind, sir?
Hey, so I just wanted to blow the whistle on something real quick. I don't know if you've heard, but the National Guard in the state of Florida is actually being deployed over to the border.
Oh yeah, we have the Maine National Guard. We have National Guard troops in Florida making their way. I know that the Texas National Guard is gearing up as well. They're getting ready for what is going to be this onslaught now. About 400,000 they're expecting for the month of October of illegals making their way to the southern border. Yeah, so we're gearing up for something that's going to be pretty big, and hopefully something will get done. Yeah.
Over the weekend, they activated the entire South region of South Florida.
Is that right?
The issue though, that I just wanted to give you is, so one of the issues that they're having is that they've already got an unknown amount of soldiers already that have already been popped for smuggling drugs in for the cartels.
Is that so? Where did you get that information from?
That one I cannot say.
Okay.
So on top of that, then also as well, they also had a couple female soldiers that were also sexually assaulted by some group of Afghan refugees. So they say it's the actual classification is assaulted, but it was a sexual assault.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what. Well, hold on the line here, Bill, and go ahead. We have to go to break, Jake. That's fine. But we'll get Bill's information because I'm not really sure about the first part of the second part of it. I've heard about issues with certain places, some of the Afghanis that were brought here to the United States on some of the bases, and there's some trouble there on the bases. We'll get to that, and we can talk and find out more about what Bill's talking about there at a later time. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break right now. It is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Top 5 audio clips coming up.
This is Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News.
Plumbing nerds. We're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. Anytime, day or night. If your plumbing's just not right, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, we're just smarter now, you heard. Give us a call, we'll fix you up. If your drains are neat and clean, and your toilet's acting weird, give us a call, we'll fix you up. Plumbing nerds, plumbing nerds.
You know, it is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here. And you can see for yourself how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair water solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tube with dyes and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799, or book it online at pentair.com/Fort M.
Are you one of the millions of homeowners who haven't refinanced yet? If so, I'm here to tell you it's not too late. Hi, I'm Wesley Hogan with Westland Financial. Although the lowest rates may be in our rearview mirror, as the economy recovers from the biggest economic shock of our lifetime, rates still remain near historic lows. In fact, with the dramatic increase in home values, this may be the perfect time to put that new home equity to work. Take advantage of our cash out refi program and pay off high rate credit cards, car loans, or other high interest rate debt. Or finally make those home improvements you put on hold for so long. Best of all, we can do this with no closing costs. That's right, whether it's a conventional, FHA, or VA loan, we'll pay for your title, settlement, lender, and recording fees. So call Westland at 888-455-3669. That's 888-455-3669. It's the biggest no-brainer in the history of mankind. 888-455-3669.
NMLS number 3304. Not all loans apply. Equal housing lender.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good morning. Dealing with a crash right now in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Alvin Avenue with westbound roadblock. No injuries reported, so we'll keep you posted on that. Watch for deputies on scene and some flashing lights. We also have a disabled vehicle right near Lehigh Senior High School along Gunnery Road, not too far from 12th Street West, seeing some southbound delays there. I-75 running up to speed. No problems up and down US 41. Collier and Charlotte counties both crash and incident-free right now. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Tuesday, Southwest Florida. Another warm one for today, and we will start to feel an uptick in humidity as we welcome in some isolated rain back to the forecast area, especially this afternoon and into this evening. Temperatures will top off near 92 degrees for today. A mild start as we head into your Wednesday morning, where we should be off to a quieter start, a low near 74 degrees before isolated rain returns back to the area for your Wednesday afternoon. Temperatures will be pushing near 92 for your Wednesday. We start to see our storm chances increase beginning Thursday, Friday, and into the weekend with scattered thunderstorms back in the forecast. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
It's Big Al from Stevie Tomato Sports Page. Do you feel American pride and want to shout, God bless America? As a son of immigrants who came through Ellis Island, I stand when the national anthem plays and get emotional thinking of those who have sacrificed for America's greatness. At Stevie's, we're filled with gratitude for our great customers and the country we live in. The firemen, police, emergency service, construction workers, and those who go about each day providing the foundation for our country. We love our customers and express our gratitude with our food, service, and value. Thankful for your dedication for what you do. And to all our great customers, show your love for this great country by going to any Stevie's. Stand at the bar and say loud and clear for all to hear, God bless America, and I'll buy you a 10-ounce beer. Restrictions apply in Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. God bless America.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bug. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye, pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminators. $46, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bug. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
Trust
It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer. At Rock Solid Countertops and More, $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Two 479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching and subscribing to the podcast. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35. Number 5.
Let's be clear. Not only are Republicans refusing to do their job, they're threatening to use their power, to prevent us from doing our job, saving the economy from a catastrophic event.
No, are they really? No, there's the president of the United States yesterday. It's Republicans' fault. It's Trump's fault. It's conservatives' fault. It's everybody else's fault but the administration's fault or Democrats' fault when it comes to raising the debt ceiling and the limit. And you don't need Republicans to do it. So all the demagoguing, it just continues. And there's more of this coming up.
Number 4.
Who would you say is more dangerous, the Taliban or Texas Republicans?
I would say both.
GOP is a hell of a lot more dangerous than the Taliban.
All right. Do I think they're equal in their hatred and control over women? Yeah.
Yeah, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. A Daily Caller goes out to the Women's March 2021 this weekend and says something ridiculous like, hold on a second, you don't think the Texas Republicans are as bad or as the Taliban, or who's worse? As the Texas Republican, are they worse than the Taliban? And there they are. Oh yeah, definitely the Texas Republicans are, yeah. No.
Number 3.
The health advice has been that to date we've managed to largely control the outbreak, but as you can see with this outbreak and with Delta, the return to zero is incredibly difficult, and our restrictions alone are not enough to achieve it quickly. In fact, for this outbreak, it's clear that long periods of heavy restrictions has not got us to 0 cases.
Oh, wait a minute. So there's New Zealand and the Prime Minister in New Zealand saying, hey, the outbreak, it's clear that these long periods of heavy restrictions, they haven't gotten us to 0 COVID, 0 cases. So maybe we're not going to do this anymore. Let's change the strategy right now. Now, we've pretty much destroyed people's psyche, and we've destroyed a lot of things in New Zealand. And, of course, it doesn't mean that we're going to necessarily completely go back to any kind of sense of normalcy right away. I mean, we'll kind of creep back into it because there'll still be restrictions. But, yeah, the idea of COVID-0 and eliminating the coronavirus, maybe wasn't such a good idea, everybody. We're kind of changing our mind now. Is that okay?
Number 2.
Thank you, Jen. First, does the president agree with Dr. Fauci that it's too soon to tell if people are going to be able to gather for Christmas?
Well, the president relies on CDC guidelines, and they have not changed their guidelines about who can gather together, those who are vaccinated. But we leave it to them if they need to change their guidelines based on where the pandemic sits.
There you go. The CDC hasn't made up their mind, so Dr. Fauci hasn't made up their mind. That is Jen Psaki when asked about, hey, are we going to have Christmas? Because Dr. Fauci says we're not going to have Christmas. And the CDC, well, we're not sure where they stand. Of course, they're the pregnant people, you know, the ones that say you got to say pregnant people when it comes to vaccines and whether or not pregnant people should be taking the vaccines and the efficacy of vaccines and the safety of vaccines. The CDC, who would trust, you know, the ones that say the pregnant people thing. And oh boy, I'll tell you what, they are big on the science. Yeah, Dr. Fauci saying that maybe not a Christmas. And Jen Psaki's like, listen, I'm not really sure. Oh, by the way, a tweet out from yesterday from Kate Sullivan, who is a CNN White House reporter, reporting yesterday in the afternoon that Dr. Fauci said, quote, I will be spending Christmas with my family. I encourage people, particularly the vaccinated people who are protected, to have a good, normal Christmas with your family. So I'm looking at my watch, and I know it sounds crazy, but Dr. Fauci flip-flopped in less than 24 hours on the Christmas thing. So I'm not really sure where to go with this yet.
Number one.
Mr. President, just one, Mr. President, you're talking about how you have 48 Democratic votes right now. The other two have been pressured over the weekend by activists. Joe Manchin had people on kayaks show up to his boat, yell at him. Senator Sinema last night was chased into a restroom. Do you think that those tactics are crossing a line?
I don't think they're appropriate tactics, but it happens to everybody. From the only people it doesn't happen to are people who have Secret Service standing around them. It's part of the process. Yes.
Yeah, it's part of the process, everybody. When people are getting doxxed, getting harassed, whether you're on an airplane or in an airport or in a bathroom or wherever, you can just expect that if you're not doing what Democrats want, that you are going to be harassed. It's just part of the process.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Yeah, who made it part of the process? Who made this okay to be doing this? The genesis of harassment like this. Now, you may think Barack Obama was the genesis of harassment. You may think that Joe Biden's the genesis of this kind of harassment. You may even go back to, I don't know when you want to go back. It's been done in the past. There have been times in our history where people, anarchists, have decided that the way they're going to get something is by pressuring people, putting them into a position where they are fearful, where maybe they lock themselves in a room, lock themselves in a bathroom, lock themselves into their homes. It's happened to Tucker Carlson. It's happened to politicians. It's happened to Brett Kavanaugh. So is this the country that you want to live in? Is that just the process? It's just the way we do business here in the United States. Dare I say no? Well, it is not. And it goes back to something that I've said many times, and I'm going to be talking about even more often to groups and places that I have a chance to speak. And if my voice can be heard, I'm just telling you that this is something that I think is critical. The majority of the American people do not agree with this. They don't agree that this is the new normal. They don't agree that this is just part of the process. They don't agree with a culture that tells us that this is what is happening with regard to critical race theory being taught in schools and that whites are inherently racist. It's just the way it is, and the history of our country was built on racism, and that's why it has to be dismantled. Where transgenders are, that we are told are sportsmen or athletes, sportswomen, athletes of the year, that story that just came out recently that we're told that there's nothing to see here, that when you have somebody who is getting awards and we are told that this is just a normal thing, or a transgender weightlifter, Laurel Hubbard, wins the Sportswoman of the Year award, that this is just the way it is, and you're just going to have to conform with what people are telling you is life. That there are more people that disagree with this. And maybe they're secretive about it because they're concerned about those anarchists, those Democrats, those Marxist, communist, socialists, all one in the same, who have no problem with doxing individuals and harassing individuals and getting what they want from individuals because they will pressure you in an elevator, in a bathroom, and how that's not America. That's not us. And the quicker we decide that We are not going to accept that. The quicker we will see the growth of, let's just say, for example, a Republican Party that can grow and grow the tent, if you will, by agreeing more with the majority of people, maybe in secret and maybe in silence, but they're there, than to say that, no, we need to be more inclusive and we need to agree with this, whether it's critical race theory or whether it's a transgender weightlifter winning Sportswoman of the Year. Like, we're not going to do this, are we? When we find out that Twitter has decided that they're going to fact check the obituary of a mother who reportedly died from the vaccine. Can I say that again? In Seattle, Washington, a mom with an exceptionally healthy and vibrant, who is an exceptionally and vibrant 37-year-old young mother with no underlying health conditions, passes away from COVID vaccine-induced thrombotic thrombocytopenia. I hope I said that correctly. She didn't want to get vaccinated, but she did. And the reason why she passed was said to be, and was called to be, due to COVID vaccine-induced thrombotic, I can't pronounce that last part again, but, and that Twitter would fact-check it. Either it happened or it didn't. It doesn't mean that every single person who gets the vaccine is going to have a medical issue. But to deny that we are told that through medical professionals that this did happen to this individual, only to have Twitter come along and say, well, we're going to fact check that. Now, mind you, from what I understand, they pulled the misleading tag, but why was it there to begin with? Because we are told that there are certain things that are going to be put out on social media and put out there that you are told that you're not allowed to say, you're not allowed to do, you're not allowed to talk about, language you're not allowed to use, or you're not allowed to use, and that the majority of the American people are just not going to sit around and accept this. I just don't believe it. I don't think that they do. When we're told that the only way to get grades up in schools now, like in Minnesota, is to stop giving Fs because they want to fight, quote unquote, systemic racism, I don't think the American people agree with that. And some people are coming around. There is some good news out there, like we talked about before. Fox Business is reporting that there are major Wall Street firms that they're ditching critical race theory training programs, partially in response to reporting that's been going on about American Express and other companies. There's a recognition that companies were failing to ask if they were leaning too much into identity along the lines of race, ethnicity, and gender. Said a sociology professor at the University of Illinois, and saying, quote, I think that it's now changing. There's a middle ground where those dimensions of identity matter, and so does the individual. Not everyone sees their race, ethnicity, or gender as the most important part of who they are. There are companies like Morgan Stanley and Bank of America. They're not using these CRT diversity training classes any longer. American Express was exposed by Christopher Rufo on this very issue as well. That you just don't alienate people like this. You just don't assume. You can't put that out there and just make these blanket statements about individuals and believe that everybody is on your side. And now finally there are some businesses that are starting to realize it. Now they'll probably get pressure and they'll get doxxed and there'll be individuals who will feel the pressure like Kyrsten Sinema does and Joe Manchin does to do the right thing. And the way you win that is to say no. You push back. And look, any battles that are being won with regard to critical race theory are a good thing. Doesn't mean it's over by any stretch. But again, this idea that there are more people in the country who believe in the minority of voices who are the loudest and the angriest and the most damaging, and I'm talking about even property and the like, is the way that we all think, as opposed to the majority who, I believe, thinks quite the opposite. But you've got to stand firm. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You could watch, and you can go to the website, drewsteele.com, to watch there and subscribe to the podcast both. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along, let's go find out what the remainder of the forecast is like and how it's shaping up for today with... Who is that? Is it Casey? It is. All right, Casey Sherman, she's got it.
Well, happy Tuesday. Isolated rain returns to the forecast today, mainly in the afternoon and into the early evening hours. Look for a few